Yo, what is up? It's 26 and I'm back with a Star Citizen video for you guys today. So this is gonna be my first gaming video on the channel. All the other ones have been about clothing and unboxing stuff and like that, and those are great. But what I'm super interested in about right now is some games and stuff. So we're gonna be talking about Star Citizen. We actually got a chance to play this like last week, and I've been a Star Citizen subscriber for a while actually. Just impassively, because it's a game that I have an interest in. Big like sci-fi person, like I like Star Trek and Star Wars and Battlestar Galactica and all that cool stuff. So when it comes to space, I am there. Interstellar is like one of my favorite films of all time. So with Star Citizen, if you guys don't know what it is, it's a game that started like a while ago, development, not even a while ago, it started development like 7 years ago, and they're building it in modules. It was based off like a Kickstarter kind of campaign where they raised a buttload of money. Supposedly there's like controversy on like how the money is being spent and the game might not actually be like made, but from what I've seen so far, there's few components in there, and the bits that they have been made are kind of impressive, so I kind of just wanted to share that with you. The game might never come out, but me being optimistic and hopefully that the game does finally come out, I'm going to share that with you, and it is free to play this weekend. I think it's like the whole week actually. If you do want to dive in, now is actually the best time because you can do it for absolutely free. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely no moolah put down. So now is your time to jump in. So what makes it so impressive for me? So like, there has been some crazy stuff that's happened that is just like, would be the most simple things in other games. So because this game is trying to be a persistent universe where essentially it simulates a bunch of realistic systems in space. So you're going to be able to fly your own aircraft realistically. You're going to be able to fly down to planets like in a way where you enter the atmosphere. You're going to be able to fulfill new jobs. You're going to be able to own like actual real estate, kind of like it's a sandbox MMO. So it's not meant to be just played with like one person or whatever. It's like an MMO where it's like people are living there. It's a whole ecosystem. Is going to be very player driven, and those are the type of games that I get really excited about. Even though recently they're just really like terrible, I haven't really actually come across any games that actually kind of live up to that expectation. This is definitely one that I've kind of seen being built in the background bit by bit, and I kind of feel like people are sleeping on it because it's been in development for so long. It kind of looks like they're getting there. Like some of the stuff that I've been playing is like very promising. So over the last last week, when me and the guys got in the game, like we were just instantly impressed. Like, so if I wanted to experience the game, the game kind of wraps you in, right? If you're gonna spend money, you can spend money to buy ships right now because it's in the alpha state. All of these ships are earnable in game, but it's a bit of a grind, and I wanted to kind of experience the whole thing with a crew of people. So we took some of the money and we bought one of the ships, and that's the Andromeda, the constellation, and this ship is so cool. When I say it's sick, it's got its own lift. It's a lift system that goes like up and down that you get in. It's got a cargo bay that opens up and closes, and you can store like vehicles in there that can drop off the back and stuff like that. It's got like some thick booster, intergalactic boost system. It's got thrusters. It's got turrets on the top and bottom that your crewmates can get into. And because like that is like one of my space fantasies, the fact that you can have like a crew on your ship, like 4 people, more than 4 people. You can have 4 people like crewing the ship and like looking after vital systems, but then you can have like other people just walking around and just doing stuff as well, which is insane. Like that in itself is impressive enough. I remember like playing GTA, and you can't even have somebody on the back of your AC-130 without them like falling off, because like the way that multiplayer works and multiplayer syncing. So just the ships in itself are impressive, and everything is just graphically nuts. Like this game is built from the ground up for like PC. So like if you don't have it installed on an SSD, your game is chunking. If you don't have a good graphics card, your PC is burning. Like it is fully like burning to death. So like you definitely like need to make sure that you've got like a chunky PC to kind of run this. You can try and run it on your PC during the free weekend, and like I said, it's probably the best time to like test it out. But yeah, this game is just graphically impressive. The first time you like encounter a planet, the first time you lift off, all the systems in the ship. So like the attention to details is insane. Like when you get on a ship for the first time, you sit down in the cockpit seat, you're trying to figure out all the controls and everything, and you're like, okay, I've got on, like, how do I turn it on? And it's like, okay, cool. You look down, you open up the contextual menu, because everything in the game is done through like this F menu, where what you look at, you can interact with. And essentially, like, you look down at the control scheme and you see it there, and you're like, okay, cool. Power on, and it powers on the systems. You can the voice of the AI on the ship goes on. It's like, oh, power on, AI systems on. And then you look down again, and then it's like engines on. You turn the engines on, and then the engines come to life, and then you finally lift off the ships after figuring out what like is the thrust up and everything like that. And that in itself is an experience. And if they build out the other systems in the game, whereby like the minute-to-minute gameplay is like astonishing in itself, and you have all these systems where you can essentially like farm, you can own land, you can have other players invade that land, you can have other players that steal your ships. I feel like it's just going to be an amazing game, even though it's taken so long to develop. What is currently in the game for you guys to experience? I kind of wanted to go over that and tell you all the details of like what we experienced and a quick rundown of that stuff. So what's in game for you guys to experience? Well, you can fly a ship, you can do missions, but the missions are, I think they revolve around like either delivering cargo, eliminating people, or kind of just like point A to point B kind of missions where you're just going like fetch quests essentially at the moment. I'm hoping that they kind of build those out. The cities don't really seem populated in the game, but that's fine. They said that they're working on like I think it's object container streaming, so that the servers can be kind of a bit more robust, so they can have more AI in the system, because it's kind of like overloaded at the moment. But they're working on the tech to make it a bit more feel the cities feel a bit more alive. What you can do is you can also like completely fly and land down on a planet. Like you can go from one like planet to another planet. You can go from a space station to a planet and like go into the atmosphere of that planet and land. And the landing is an experience in itself, going through the atmosphere slowly, and the fact that you have to call up the landing like air control people and basically say, oh, request the landing pod, and then you need to go to that landing pod, put down the landing gear, come in, land the plane down. And sometimes it's not even just like a traditional landing bay where you're just like, okay, it's just gonna be a landing pad. It's actually like a small landing bay that's a cutout that the doors open up, and you have to go down and land like this thick ship in this like small landing bay. And like it's almost like a team effort that we had going on, where it's like, oh yeah, move a little bit forward, move to the left, move to the right, and then you end up on this new planet. And some of the planets that you experience when you actually get down, they've got like a full tram system. They've got like they've got a tram system with multiple lines. Like, what is this? Is this London? Is this London? Like a full tram system with multiple lines. Like, it's insane. And full like cityscapes. Like, if you ever get a chance to like download this game and you go to ArtCorp and you just see like the whole city, it's just an experience. Like, it's a planet that's a physical like city. It's like, you know what this game is like? It's like just a more graphically impressive No Man's Sky, basically. It could go like, and to be fair, it could go horribly like wrong, but No Man's Sky, people are saying, is a good place now, so maybe this might be the same case as well. But I feel like it is following the same path, which is really cool. But like, I'm just hopeful that this game actually gets completed, because there is a lot of like elements in it that I just want to see come to fruition. The fact that there are ships that can hold up to like 80 players, and they're massive. There's ships in the game, like the Origin 890 Jump, which is like it's a luxury ship that you can have, right? And it's based on like just like it's meant to transport like high value people, and it's not really a gunship or anything that you're going to be doing combat with, but you can land another ship in the game on that ship and dock it into the docking bay. Like, that is just mind-blowing to me. Like, the fact that you can actually do that is insane. But these ships are expensive as well, so the fact that there's going to be this almost risk factor as well of your ships like flying around is just, it's just exciting to me. It's a wide variety of ships that they're going to have. So you've got just one player ships that are like fighters, and then you have cargo ship variants of those one player ships that you can just go hauling stuff on. Because there's different job types, they have different job classes for the ships as well. There are the small cruise ships as well, like the one that we have, which is the Constellation Andromeda as well, which fits up to like 6 people. I know 6 people on one ship sounds like quite a lot, but then you have like big ships like the Kraken, and I think it's called the Javelin. I think it's the Javelin as well, which are like complete warships. The Javelin, I think, is one of the big ships with like a Mac cannon on the front. If you've ever played a Halo game and you've seen like the Mac cannons when they fire off, it's got a physical Mac cannon that you can point at ships and blow them up. Like, this ship is massive. It's got enough space to dock other ships in it as well, so you can have like multiple ships in that Javelin as well. So if we as a group, as well as just like the endgame / Arix gaming community, can get like one of those big ships and like traverse the star space and become like an actual corporation, that is what is getting me excited. Currently those ships are not in the game, but the only capital ships that you can get are the 890 jump, which is in game, which people do own. But it's like, I don't know where these people come from, but they are willing to spend like £920 on a ship that big to play with it. But I think, and it's sold out already as well. That's the crazy thing. It's not even like they put out the ship and it's not sold out. It's actually sold out. People are buying this ship. It is gone. It is off of the website. Like, people have purchased it. Like, if you watch a tour of it as well, it physically, like, you can watch a tour on YouTube, and the tour of the ship is actually like an hour. I'm guessing that's why people picked it up, because like it's like just impressive in that way. But if you guys want to pick it up, obviously all you have to do is just go to the website and you can download it. I think they actually have a discount on the starter packs as well. So if you want to pick up the starter packs, you can do that as well for a reduced price at the moment. But yeah, let me just talk about stuff that we did over the week. So over the week, most of the time we went to go visit different planets and stuff. We haven't actually completed any missions. We've just been impressed and been trying to tick off going to the different places and stuff like that. So we would start off on a space station called Olisar, and Olisar is like the main spawn point that you start off when you start the game and everything. We would assemble. You need to start a party. The party system's bare finicky. Like, it is really just all over the place sometimes, and this is like a really weird joining button, right? You have to press like left bracket on your keyboard. You can use a controller with this game, by the way, if you do want to do that, and I kind of prefer that when I'm actually flying a ship. Then once you start at Olisar, you request your ship, and there's like it's like, oh yeah, your ship is going to be at this dock. So you run out, you find a dock that your ship's going to be at, you get on your ship, and once you finally lift off out of your ship, you've got a quantum drive, which is kind of an interesting system. So the smaller ships take longer to travel places, while the bigger ships will travel there faster. So because we have a slightly larger ship, it takes us not that long to travel to the different planets and stuff like that. So we jump in our ship, we quantum drive to ArcCorp. We get to ArcCorp. ArcCorp's amazing. We land, we get on there, and then we start checking out all the shops and stuff. And all the shops are like physical, have physical like items that you can interact with. And it's just like, it's just mesmerizing to see. But as you can see, there isn't like a massive gameplay loop that you want to do. It's just a nice tech demo to see everything. And when everything is in place and you can have all of that stuff going on, it'll just be great. And one of the things that I kind of want to go over as well is that because they're building it in modules, they have a first-person shooter, so all the gun controls actually feel super impressive. It's not just you go in and it feels like jank in terms of like the shooting. It feels like a traditional shooter, like the gun controls. You got reloads, you got scopes, you got barrels, you got all this stuff that you can customize on the gun as well, and you can crouch, you can go prone, you can do all of this really cool stuff. And yeah, it's an impressive experience. That's all I'm saying. So if you guys want to try that out, definitely do. And you could do it for free. I wouldn't suggest like spending like crazy money on anything. You don't need to buy a ship. Start off with like the starting ship. If you guys want to join us for one of the sessions, you can do it. What I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna put my referral link in the bottom of the video if you do want to use that link. Obviously you don't need to if you don't want to, but like it's there. It just allows me to get like I think if you refer people and you refer your friends, you get like additional stuff as well. But it takes a lot of people to be referred to actually get something. So yeah, I'm not really too bothered about that. Anyway guys, thanks for watching the video. Peace out and laters.